Well, happy Father's Day to you all. Did you have a good Father's Day? I hope you did. I had a great one. Every Father's Day is great. Welcome to Integrative Preparedness, by the way. I'm Steve Smith, and I wasn't going to do one today. I was going to take the rest of the day off, but something happened today that made me want to put this out because I already have on the schedule what I'm going to do tomorrow. We have today's weenie weeding is being done not with my favorite Folgers Instant, but with Turkish coffee that my sister-in-law made for me. Now, if those of you who have had Turkish coffee know that it is much different than American coffee, and it is good. If you've had it, let me know how you make it. It has to be made over an open flame, right? So I'll just leave it at that. But if you haven't had Turkish coffee, make sure that you try some. My son loves it too. He stopped drinking coffee a while back, but he had a sip of it today and said, "Oh boy, I like that." My sister-in-law is not Turkish. It's a long story of why she made Turkish coffee we won't get into. But we were over at one of Kelly's brother's house today for Father's Day. And all the fathers of the family were there along with our little tribes, and it was a great day, as it always is when everybody gets together. One of her brothers he smoked some brisket and ribs and what's the other thing? Anyway, he smoked so much meat. It was unbelievable, just unbelievable. It was one of those things where they ask you, did you get enough to eat? And you say no. And they say, why? And they say, and you tell them, because I got full. I didn't get enough. I wanted more. Burnt ends, that was the other thing. And some Oklahoma Joe's barbecue sauce. And some of you may not know this, but when I wrote my first book, The Reversion, I started it at a place. It was at a location, a barbecue restaurant, very famous here in Kansas City, called Oklahoma Joe's. I don't know why it was called Oklahoma Joe's being in Kansas City, but it was. And right as I was getting to the end of my book, they changed the name to Joe's Kansas City. So if you read my my first book, The Reversion, that's why I started at Joe's Kansas City. I had to go back and change the name from Oklahoma Joe's, but the meat that her brother smoked today, we had Oklahoma Joe's, the old Oklahoma Joe's barbecue sauce. Oh man, there is nothing like it. So we had a great day. But while we were talking, excuse me, I need another taste of this Turkish coffee. Oh, I have a surprise announcement. Hang on, half a second. Oh, that's good. Okay, you all are going to be the first ones to hear this. And I'm going to put it out there since it's Father's Day and since I hadn't intended to make this. And before we get into the subject of prepping is fun, the t-shirts, the Stonemont t-shirts are now available. They are now on the website, stonemont.us. They are available in 3 designs. I don't have the printed shirts here to show you, but you can see them on the website, and I'll have the printed ones in to show you here, fairly soon. But there are 3 designs. The original, which is the says Stone Mountain and the Pine Tree, where life is good underneath it. Some of you have seen me wearing that one. And then there is what I call the Stonemont BAR shirt, which stands for Bible, Axe, and Rifle. And it is the one that has crossed. You can see them if you go to the website. You'll see the designs. It has crossed axes. It has a Bible in the center, bracketed by crossed axes and crossed rifles. And then one of my favorite scripture underneath it, which, matter of fact, I'll read it to you right here because it's also on the back of the Stonemont notebook. And it says, "Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain." And that's Psalm 127, verse 1. So that is that shirt. And then the Stonemont University alumnus. This was a great idea that was given me by one of our commenters here. She said her husband, I forget whether it was on YouTube, I think it might have been on Patreon. She says, my husband would love a Stonemont alumnus. And I thought, what a great idea. So, and you can see the design on the website. It says Stonemont University. Then it has some of the, the graphics for Stonemont. And I believe, is that under the mountains? I forget. Doesn't matter. You'll see it. And it is for those who, hang on half a second. Well, I was going to go get the script. Aiden is typing it onto the website right now. By the time you see this, it'll be available on the website. And it's about who is that shirt for. Essentially, it's for everybody who has read the Stonemont series or is reading the Stonemont series and ascribes to those principles that we talk about and understand that, the learning process for preparedness is ongoing. You never stop learning, and it's for those people who feel that are part of us. And all of them come in 5 colors, and they come in through the sizes. You can get them whatever size you want, up to 3X. So, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, and 3XL. One of the colors does not come in 3XL. I don't remember which one. But anyway, the colors, they come in 5 colors. Ash, sand, sage, military green, and royal pine. Now those are the colors that are given by the t-shirt companies. These are excellent. These are upper level quality shirts. They're the kinds that I like. They're not the kinds that you buy at Hobby Lobby or things like that, or off the shelf at Walmart. These are real nice shirts. And I think, 20 bucks or something like that. Anyway, you'll see it on the website. Okay, enough of that. What I want to talk about, and I am excited about that. I don't mean to get off of that too quickly, because I've been wanting to get these shirts available to you for a long time. I've had so many people ask, and so now they are. Now you can get them. And you'll order them off the website just like you do the books. So we're over at one of Kelly's brother's house. We're having a nice time. Her brother's over there, her dad. Everybody's around. The food was unbelievable. But I was talking to one of her brothers, Pat, who there is a character in the books that I base on Pat. And Pat hasn't been in preparedness, I wouldn't say, for a long time. He's more of a recent, I won't call him a convert, because he's always been, he's a hardworking guy. He's a smart guy. Always been, of a somewhat preparedness mindset, but not as we would think of as a prepper. Well, he has, and I don't know whether reading my books really had anything to do with that or not, but he has become very interested in preparedness. And Pat is a guy who, once he gets his teeth into something, he gets his teeth into it. And he thinks, and he is a thinker, and then he's a doer. And he made this, and we were talking about the different aspects of preparedness, and he made a statement that I thought just was very interesting, because we talk about how serious preparedness is and all that. And he said, once you get started, there's so much to do, it's fun. And I thought, what? That is exactly right. Now, I spend a lot of time on here telling people, don't worry so much. Don't do it out of fear. Don't do it from a positive standpoint. But he's exactly right. Once if your mind is in the right frame, okay, if you're in the right frame of mind, just like building for your family, and this goes back to the idea that preparedness, as I've said, is the ultimate in responsibility. It is the ultimate to provide and to make sure that your family is provided for no matter what comes down the road. This is the purpose of preparedness. So it is the ultimate responsibility for every head of their household, be that man or woman. I know there are women out there who are the head of the household. It's on you. For the men, it's on you. So it is the ultimate responsibility that we have to assume, and is the ultimate irresponsibility, is the ultimate show of responsibility for our families, that we engage in that we live a preparedness lifestyle. Not that we just be all fearful and grab a bunch of stuff, but that our life becomes a lifestyle of preparedness. And as we do that, just like, some people, it's fun to watch your 401k go up, right? It's fun to watch your bank account go up. It's fun, whatever. That to watch your level of preparedness increase and increase and increase is fun. That may be a funny word to use for it, but yeah, it's gratifying, it's reassuring, it's all those things, but it's fun. And his wife was also there, and they were talking about, and very fortunately, his wife is also, on board. As in most cases, it's never really or should I say, very rarely is it an equal, interest. Usually there's one person more interested than the other. So I can't say that his wife is on the same level. I didn't talk to her about it. But she was there for a couple of minutes, and obviously she is on board, and from the things that he said, she is. Because she understands, and they as a couple understand, that living the kind of preparedness lifestyle that I preach here results in an increase of quality of life now. By buying food, by buying those things at the prices that we do when we buy them on sale or earlier, they have been protected from inflation as inflation went up, and they're eating food like we talk about so often at prices that were last year's or 2 years or 3 years. Somebody said, because I put up an old video on the Patreon side, if you're not on Patreon, the link's down below. You need to come over there because there's a lot more over there than on YouTube. And I put up one that I shot a long time ago that is now only available on Patreon, where I was talking about how to build your food stocks. And I was showing the food that I buy. And I was given the prices, and one of our commenters over there on Patreon said, "Man, those prices made me cry." That's the truth. That's how much inflation has taken its toll on the average person. But it didn't take it on us. It didn't take it on those people who are prepared. Excuse me, another Turkish sip. Oh, that stuff is good. Again, if you make Turkish coffee, and by that I mean the real way, over a flame, over an open flame, please let me know how you do it. What's your process and recipe? So, this is what we were talking about, that a lot of people don't realize the gratification that comes and the fulfillment, actually, that can come as a result of pursuing a preparedness lifestyle. It is a challenge. It is a challenge with a purpose. A lot of people do things for challenges. You can get people to all sorts of things for a challenge, But this is a challenge with a purpose. It's something that you do in order to ensure that your family is going to be okay no matter what times may come. So I thought all of that was wrapped up into Pat's statement that it's fun. And I wanted to pass that on to you all because it's a way that I think a lot of people just don't think about it. I'm not sure that I'd ever thought about it that way, to be honest. But I think it's good. I think it just brings it all together. So I wanted to share that with you. I'll end up, even though I hadn't meant to make this today, just reminding you that along with the T-shirts, and I hope you all will come over and take a look at those, because I know you've been asking for them for a long time. I'm excited to start getting them out to a lot of you. And I've set them at a very good price. I think it's $20, 22 or something for the 2X, 23 or 4 for the XXX, and I'm doing free shipping. So, that keeps it down. I know people pay a lot more than that for T-shirts, but I don't want to. I want you to have my shirts. I don't want, I don't care about making a lot of money off of a few people. I'd rather make a little off a lot of people and let a lot of people have these great shirts. But along with that, remember that my books are available both through Amazon, and both in Kindle and in paperback, and this is a great way to do it. The better way to do it probably is through our website, stonemont.us. stonemont.us. It lets you order directly from me and ask me to, autograph it for you. One of the funniest things that I had, and I think it's a great idea, and I've already had other people say they're going to do it. One of our a guy who bought it, named Josh, he said, "Will you make it out to Josh and then put in a saying from Jim Wyatt, the central character of these books, and then put a coffee stain on the page?" So I did, and I thought, well, how cool is that? And because I'm always drinking coffee and Jim Wyatt's always drinking coffee. So my book's also available. Buy them. They're a great story with all the preparedness lessons you could possibly want on how to prepare for, survive, and rebuild after a complete collapse. Let it go there. Think about that. Is prepping fun for you? Because if it's not, think about it. Think about how you can enjoy it. How can it be? And because prepping should be a positive part of your life and your lifestyle. So you all have a good day. Have the rest of your Father's Day. Hope it's great. Best all you fathers out there. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. And I'm going to finish my Turkish coffee off camera. You all have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.